Hi everybody, it's Heather from Good Morning Wilton. I'm going to be trying something a little different for this story. I thought we would do it as a video story. So I want to tell you about last night's Republican Town Committee convention to nominate their official candidates who are going to run in November's election. Last night they met at Town Hall Annex and they nominated 19 people who will be on the ballot in November. And going into the meeting, observers knew that it had the potential to be sort of a little contentious or contested, we'll call it that. The presumed and very popular favorite to be the party's endorsed nominee for first select person, incumbent Lynn Vanderslice, they knew that she was going to be challenged from within the Republican Party. RTC member Michael Powers had announced weeks before that he planned to seek the party's nomination, and if he didn't get it, he was going to find other ways to get on the ballot. And that is pretty much what happened last night. But we'll get to that, and I'll explain exactly how that happened. So first, to explain what happens in an RTC convention when they are choosing who their endorsed nominees are going to be. The meeting is open to the public. Anyone can attend, but the only people that can really participate actively and cast a vote are elected RTC members. What was interesting is that there were only 31 members there last night to actually participate in the vote. So starting the meeting, the chairman of the RTC, Bill Lawler, he very specifically started a conversation about the bylaws and rules as they related to the process of endorsing candidates. He went through this long explanation and read how the rules would relate to the state RTC rules, state regulations, Wilton RTC bylaws and policies. And from what I understand, there had been a lot of discussion in the last 72 hours about rules, because there were a couple rules that it seems Michael Powers had planned to challenge. Now, we have learned that he actually filed an injunction in court Tuesday to eliminate one of the rules. Now, during the meeting on Tuesday night, Powers actually made a motion to eliminate that rule altogether. And eventually, that's exactly what the RTC voted to do. They voted to eliminate rule number 5, which said no candidate can nominate himself or herself from the floor. Eliminating that rule allowed Michael Powers to do just that. So the injunction that he filed in court is sort of moot now as to whether or not he's going to withdraw the motion for injunction. We'll find that out. So they started to go through each of the candidates one by one for each of the roles. They would nominate, discuss, and then take a vote. I'll put up on screen exactly who they nominated and then almost unanimously approved everybody on their initial slate. So this is where everything turns dramatic. Gail Lavielle nominates Lynn Vanderslice to be first select person candidate. She gives a 3-minute long glowing speech recounting all of Lynn's successes in office and giving reasons as to why Lynn should be nominated. Then Michael Powers nominates himself. Powers says that the town has not been managed correctly and that what people believe is really smoke and mirrors. Then he also criticized Vanderslice for what he said were problems with the schools. Then discussion starts. Person after person after person speaks up on behalf of Lynn. Don Sauvigny says that he's been in town for 30 years and he can't think of anybody who's done as good a job as Lynn Vanderslice has. He also says that she has, quote, won the hearts and minds of Republicans, Democrats, and unaffiliated voters alike. Christine Finkelstein, who's the chair of the Board of Education, says that there are, quote, 50 examples of how Lynn Vanderslice is a true partner to the schools. Bill Lawler, the chair of the RTC, says, quote, we need Lynn right now doing exactly what she's doing. Then they take a roll call vote. One by one their names are called, and one after another, after another, after another, says Lynn, Lynn, Lynn. Out of the 31 people who were there, 29 people voted for Lynn Vanderslice. Michael Powers was the one person who cast a vote for himself, and then one other person abstained. So I spoke to Michael Powers after the meeting, and he said, first of all, he wasn't surprised by the outcome. He was prepared for what happened. The other thing he said is that he is going to try 2 different ways to get on the ballot. The first way is that he's going to be an unaffiliated candidate. He collected enough signatures to file a petition with the Secretary of State's office, and so he wants to be on the ballot as an unaffiliated candidate. The other way, he said, is he is going to push for a primary, that a Republican primary will happen this summer. He has collected enough signatures, or is going to collect signatures for that, and he's going to challenge the RTC decision and challenge Lynn in a primary. I asked him what he thought about the fact that that was going to actually cost the town money. And here's what he had to say.
I would accept Lynn's withdrawal if she's afraid of the cost.
What about to the town, the townspeople?
Exactly. Well, to the townspeople also. If Lynn wants to withdraw to save the town money, like she has done with the reduction of her salary and also her own personal expenses, I'm fine with that. I think that gives everybody more of a chance to understand who I am, what's going on, and then what Lynn's position is.
And here's what Bill Lawler had to say.
Obviously, Lynn is not going to withdraw. I mean, she's supremely qualified. We want her back. She wants to come back. The voters want her back. It's a complete farce for him to suggest Lynn step down. He's going to cost the town money. There's really no way around that. You know, really excited about the people we have. Like, I think at every position we've fielded a great group. It's diverse. I mean, we've got some new young faces. I think this is important too. We endorsed 2 non-affiliated candidates. We didn't oppose and field a candidate to oppose David Clune just for the sake of fielding a candidate. We think highly of David and the work that he's done on Board of Selectmen. We're not going to field somebody just for the sake of opposing David.
Late last night, Lynn Vanderslice sent us a written statement. Here's what she had to say. I'm pleased to again receive the nomination for First Select Woman and thank those who supported me and spoke about the successes of my administration. I want to thank and recognize the town employees who collectively contributed to those successes. 4 years ago, residents overwhelmingly supported the goals that I put forth for the town. Residents have seen those goals realized and can expect that I will continue my focus on moving Wilton forward in a positive direction. We have a good team on the Board of Selectmen with diverse experience and varied demographics. I hope the team remains intact, with Josh Cole and Dave Clune also returning in December. We also got a statement from the Wilton Democratic Town Committee Chairman, Tom Dubin. Here's what he had to say. Quote, Wilton is such a wonderful place to live, but Lynn Vanderslice and the Republican Board of Finance do not give us a sense of optimism. Our elected Republicans have been offering narrower and narrower visions of what Wilton is and what Wilton can become, and nothing in their 2019 municipal slate suggests they will change their path. In contrast, 2019's Democratic candidates are fully invested in Wilton. They offer optimism, engagement, and a collaborative spirit that has been lacking for the last several years of complete Republican political control. We look forward to giving Wilton a choice that embraces our future. So there you have it. Now you know what went on at the meeting last night, and you know who the nominated, endorsed candidates from the Republican Party are. So there's a lot that's going to happen over the next couple of months. If the primary happens for the Republicans, campaigning will start, and I'm sure that I'm going to start getting letters to the editor and lots of things to cover in the coming weeks ahead. So be sure to check back, goodmorningwilton.com, and thanks a lot for watching.